Okay, hello, how we doing? Pay no attention to the game in my hand. By the time this gets posted, it'll either be late January or early February. Doesn't matter. But what I'm thinking about is, I was thinking about the Bible. I was reading the Bible this morning, and the last few days, I recently got a new Bible, and I specifically was looking into Proverbs because it just makes sense, right? And I was thinking, as I was walking just now, and I don't know, one thing I've been working on personally is being less judgmental, if we could use that word, because I think that there's a lot of things to judge in the world. I think there's a lot of reasons to, you know what I mean, cast judgment, right? But I think that even through the judgment, there is still love. You know what I mean? And so, that being said, that's what I've been personally working on. But I say all that, and I will also say that I think it's funny that because I don't think I've ever been in a chapel service or a church service where they were talking about Proverbs. And I think that's so funny because we live in such a hypocritical world. We live in such a, just such a deceptive world. And, obviously Christianity is one of the most popular religions. And once again, I've never heard anybody preach about Proverbs as far as I can remember. But, if you look through Proverbs, it literally, I feel like we could honestly scratch the rest of the Bible and just look at Proverbs as its own thing. Quite honestly. There's one thing that I have an issue with when it comes to that book. And it's, the idea of fearing God. That's my only issue. I think that is kind of I don't want to say trap, but I'm going to say trap. I feel like it's kind of a misleading thing. I don't think, once again, like I said before, I don't think God is judgmental. And I think that there is judgment. You know what I mean? I think that there would be reason, especially if you look at Proverbs, there's a lot of reason to be judgmental. And within Proverbs, it does talk very harshly about, not being lenient with the wicked and people who do evil things. And once again, I was thinking about that because I've never heard anybody preach it. I feel like, because it just puts a lot of things to bed, you know what I mean? And it says a lot of different things, but one of the things that it says is that a fool will not listen to wisdom, a fool will not listen to reason. And a lot of the people in church spaces are fucking foolish as fuck, because they do not listen to fucking reason. So many people cherry pick and you know what I mean? And it's sure, you should use discernment. You shouldn't read every single thing from from a book and try to apply it to your life. I definitely believe in discernment, but that's not the same thing, because these people will do that just so that they can justify their poor behaviors and stuff. There's a line that talks about sleep, and I think there's nuance necessary, obviously, but it generally says, do not worship sleep or you will be poor, and there's a lot of pieces of or nuggets of wisdom throughout it. And once again, I just find it so funny. I've never heard anybody preach Proverbs because I feel like that book alone says so much that a lot of thumpers don't really adhere to, and it's quite sad. It is quite sad being somebody who can see very clearly. It's just because you try so hard to put up this image, put up this facade, and it's just just go to fucking Proverbs. Fuck everything else. Just go to Proverbs. You know what I mean? Everything else is honestly meaningless. And I don't mean not literally, but you know what I mean? But yeah, that's my thoughts on that. And I'm gonna pause because I'm passing by some people, and it's always so awkward when I do that. So I think this is just gonna be one of the shorter videos. So I'm gonna end this here. I'm gonna remind you, hope you know, God loves you so much. Whatever you're going through is temporary. Please keep your head up. Please keep your spirits high. and stay groovy. Bye.